If you finish watching this video, you'll know why in language learning, longer study sessions are way better than shorter study sessions, and why this 1 hour Pomodoro technique is just bullshit. You should use it to like 2 to 3 hours, and literally after that you take a break, maybe for like 10 to 15 minutes, and you keep studying. That's how it works, right? And so this is who I am. If you don't know who I am, and I help people to go from 8 hours of TikTok daily to 8 hours of language learning daily, because basically that's what I went through, as you can see here. The first point that we're going to be talking about is you enter the zone more times when you use longer study sessions, and this is basically just the truth. If you take breaks every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, instead of every 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours, you can kind of like think that you will enter the zone more times. And if you don't know that what the zone is this a state in which you don't think about anything, you don't think about the hour, you don't think about the thing that you're doing. You think about the thing that you're doing, of course. You don't think about other things outside of your life. You just care about the action that you're doing right now, and you care about literally performing the best you can at that basically that task, which is in this case language learning, right? And so if you study for longer sessions of 2 hours, 3 hours, you will basically enter the zone more times, and that will improve your performance drastically. You reduce the amount of friction between each action, and you can actually guess that the procrastination is not when you do the action, because you can actually kind of like feel that whenever you study for like 1 hour or those 30 minutes, you actually don't get distracted even if you get notifications in your phone. There's something that happens to me. But when you finish that action, you immediately after enter like Instagram, TikTok, or whatever of those things, right? And so when you enter TikTok, you literally increase the friction that for you to actually be able to do your next action, right? And so basically that's why you should study longer, because you will have less breaks in which you watch TikTok, less breaks in which you watch in Instagram, or you go into social media, right? By the way, you shouldn't be using TikTok as a break, but like I know that it happens because it happens to me. It happens to literally all of us, right? And so what is a proper break, which is something that you probably don't know and you need to know, because I mean, if you are going to take a break, you make as well just make sure that it's a proper break, right? Well, you meditate, you literally don't watch social media, you are not even in your fucking computer, you're just talking with your mother, you're talking with your father for like 15, 10 minutes, right? You're talking with your friends, if possible, like in real life, not in social media, right? And this is how a break works, right? You know for a fact that in the old times when we took a break, it's literally because we were talking with someone, or we were like literally playing in the nature. That's how we took breaks, and that's it, and that is a proper break. A proper break, it's not literally frying your dopamine system watching TikTok or going into social media. There's no problem with going to be like every 50 minutes or taking a glass of water every 1 hour, by the way, even coffee. And so I say this because there's people who think that that is a break, and in reality, it is kind of like a super hyper mega mini break, which is actually necessary. Because I don't know if you watched this, but like there was a Andrew Huberman podcast. You probably know who he is. If you know, he's basically a very famous podcast which talks about health in general, mental health. I think it was generally more like towards mental health. And so basically, he said that every 50 minutes, every 1 hour and 30 minutes, more or less, your brain needs a mini rest of like 2 minutes to 5 minutes to actually be able to process the information that you're taking. And so basically, when you study 2 hours, you shouldn't study 2 hours. You should study like more or less 1 hour and 45 minutes, 1 hour and 55 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, you take a glass of water, you go to pee, or you take a bath. As simple as that. And you take a bath, and you literally go to your computer instantly. And so that's how. That's why longer sessions are better, and that's why you will basically, if you put longer sessions and you basically start using them on a daily basis, you will study more than 2 to 3 hours easily on a daily basis in language learning. And so that's it. Be sure to leave a like, all of those things, if you want more people to know about this. And yeah, basically, thank you. Bye.